We just met and talked about how we can organize, and I feel really disorganized at this point. Not everybody's here, and I got guys who are playing the game of their lives last night, and it's just hard to get ourselves organized at this point. We will get organized as it goes along, but right now, this was just the first step, a baby step of coming together, of who was available, and there was no real court time that we were planning. It was just really meeting, go over some video of our last games. We'd watch some video of our last games, and then we're discussing about how. See, right now we got a lot of the players who are ending the season and are very tired and worn out, and then we got some guys like Dwight and Carl, who played their last game in May, and so they're not in shape to be really game shape. We got guys that are in overshaped, so trying to find a balance there is going to be difficult. So we're trying to get extra time for them to meet with the trainers and Sean and Coach Jung, and get some time with them. They're doing their own workouts. I think Carl's working out with UP a lot, and Dwight is jumping around in different gyms. We still got to get. You remember, Justin hasn't played for a couple months as he's been rehabbing his hand. So we got to get him in here and get him in shape. Same with AJ. So there's a lot to do, but it's not just necessarily going straight forward. It's kind of like all different kinds of tangents out there that we got to try to bring together. So right now, guys are going to stay and focus on their games until they're out, and then when they're out, they're going to come and start working out with the guys who are available to work out with. That's basically the bottom line.
Coach RJ's presence here, does that mean anything?
Yeah, he's part of our long list. Troy is part of our long list. We added a couple guys to our long list. We actually added Lucero, but he's in the States at the moment, and we added Rhenz Abando, but I think Rhenz is going to be going. He's in Taiwan, so. But we needed to add a couple guys on the list just to make sure. But the 12 we're bringing is not written in stone. We could make some minute changes, but RJ is certainly a candidate. Troy's a candidate. We'll see what happens as we move forward. But they're here, yeah, and they're part of the long list that we had, just in case something happens.
Are you sticking with the initial? Of course, Kai won't be there.
Yeah, Kai's not there, so it's Japeth is the one filling in for Kai to continue to give us size. But as of now, those are the 12 that we are bringing, are intending to bring. But if something happens or we feel someone is really contributing that needs to be on the team, from the long list, we'll add them in. But again, it's really, for us, it's about system and familiarity, and that's what we're trying to bank our success on.
Are they already included in the pool that includes the World Cup qualifiers in November?
No, it has nothing to do with the World Cup. It's just totally Asia Cup, and it's a long list for the Asia Cup that the Asia Cup required us to do. They required us to put a long list together for the Asia Cup. So I think we put a team, 15, 16 players. Kai's on that list too, but obviously he's not playing.
So Coach, Lucero being in the list, does that mean that he's FIBA eligible?
The SPP is checking that out now, but he has handed in all of his paperwork, and he's checking that out. They're checking that out now. We think he is, but not until we get full disclosure will we know for sure.
So Coach, for the record, it's RJ, Troy, Rhenz Abando, and Zavier Lucero, which you guys added to the long list.
next practice?
Your guess is as good as mine. we're right now we had one planned for tomorrow, but looking at the Game 7 coming up, we decided that we wouldn't do it. We'll call it off, and then we'll see what happens on Thursday and Friday, depending on who's in, who's out. And again, we're trying to secure gyms and availability, weight rooms and stuff. So guys like Carl and Dwight, New's getting married on the 11th. So that's one of the issues we have with Newsom, is that he's getting married, and so he has a bunch of people in town for the wedding, and it's a big production. So he's going to be in and out as well as this goes along. But we're trying to warn him. We tried to warn him, but he wouldn't listen to us. We know how silly that is, right? We all make bad decisions in our life. Don't tell my wife I said that. I'll never live it down. But no, we have told Lou, warned him, but he insists. So we have the perfect excuse. You could be working at Gilas, you can't have time, you can walk away, you got 5 days spa. You never know, maybe he'll, that's new. So we do have that issue with him as well.
Were there already X's and O's discussed with your opponents earlier?
Well, we looked at video. Yeah, we definitely looked at video. I mean, we got caught by surprise, I think, on our last trip out. We didn't play as well as we wanted, so we wanted to remember that and keep it on our minds as we move forward here. And just remember that we got to play a lot better, a lot harder than what we did last time. Got to be more defensive minded, in my mind. And we kind of let that slip the last trip, and we're going to get that back. So we're going to make some noise in the Asia Cup. It's going to be because of our defense. So we'll see what happens.
Will Ange be going to attend the practice?
Who?
Ange Guang.
No, Ange is with the Strong Group in Taipei. So yeah, we would have loved to have him here, but he's going to be in Taipei. So maybe when he gets back from Taipei, I think he'll be back on the 19th or 20th or 22nd, something like that. Then maybe we can get him in. That would be our intention. But obviously, as long as Justin's here, he's not eligible to play. We're still trying to work that out with the FIBA, but it hasn't worked out yet.
Coach, was Junmar here?
No, we excused Jumar. Jumar had some issues with his hamstring. San Miguel asked to keep him off his feet. And I tried to get him, insist that he come. I was going to make him do wind sprints. But Coach Al said no. So but my plan was, to make him do wind sprints in practice today.
Thanks, Coach. Thank you. Thank you very much.